Like I can't cook anyways, so I'm like whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'll put like this like mushed sweet potato in the waffle maker, and then then I'll put some beef on it, and then I fold it up like a taco, like dumb stuff. But I'm not a great cook, and actually, that is the best part about prep is I don't have to think about what to make or eat. Like it's the same. So I like that part of it because I suck at cooking, but the DoorDash bill goes way down, which is awesome. Um, but yeah, it's not that part's not supposed to be fun. So I don't mess with it. I mean, and like I said, John's very like, okay, you're gonna eat 2 ounces of this, 4 ounces of this, 3 times a day, plain, dry, like that's it. And I'm like, okay.
I don't know if I'm from the South, man. I don't know if I can want a woman who can't cook. My mama used to be mean. She taught me and my brother, my younger brother. He can't boil water barely. But he was a baby, so he got spoiled. But you know what? That's the thing is, the food is part of the process. It's part of your developing, growing. It's the right foods. Like especially you got a kid. You can't. She got to eat. Different
She
things. You
was
can't.
more upset than me. She had only been here a couple months before I went into prep, and she goes, "But who's gonna eat snacks with me? Gonna
Oh,
make Christmas popcorn," and that's just candy and popcorn. We call it Christmas popcorn. And I was like, "Well, honey, you can still eat it." She's like, "But you can't." I'm like, "Why are you crying? I should be crying. Like, what is going on?" So she was so excited when I could like have snacks with her. But at the end of the day, it's like the food part doesn't bug me. The wine, I miss my wine on prep, but first world problems, right? Like a ton of people would kill to have 15 ounces of chicken a day and green vegetables. So it's first world problems
mhm.
that I self-induced onto myself,
Yeah.
so
I understand it because it wasn't that long ago. Because I was thinking of my mom for a long time. Like, doing that kind of can stress you out, and food was my comfort. I was right after she passed. I was like almost 500 pounds. I was just maybe a cheeseburger away from 500 pounds. And then I decided, you know what? I don't have nobody to take care of me. And I decided to make some changes in my life. Right now, I'm sitting at 410. It takes a lot. And like I said, I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't have the discipline y'all have. That's the important part about bodybuilding. You have to have the discipline. I mean, one of my favorites, like a while back, would see my regular doctor. And afterwards, you know what? I wanted to get myself something. I went to this restaurant. It's a Chinese restaurant. It's like buffet style. I'm a Chinese loving whore, and it was just something good. I don't eat it all the time. I try to eat smart, but every now and then, like I still like my cookies and cakes and stuff like that. Some sweet.
yeah.
Today I had some roasted chicken and some carrots and potatoes and broccoli. But then I this that afternoon I had some chicken wings. It's food is the thing that helps you in your process, and it's all about the right foods. And your baby says I want to hug her, I want to hug and love her. I mean, just so that's one of my regrets not having children of my own. We have here from my dear friend Abby, dear Abby says, yeah, she cooked noodles in the oven. Also, she's telling all your shit right now.
I know she is. I'm like, dear Lord. I'm like, yeah.
Banana and ketchup. You're a snitch. I thought you were cool, Abby, but you're a snitch. You're a snitch. You can't handle snitches on here. We're supposed to. Abby. Abby. You just. We do snitches like you, Abby. We should take you, put rocks in your mouth, and like, so. But she's cool. I said. Here she goes again. Also, he says, actually, the most
Yeah.
satisfying food after we got our pro cards was the fresh fruit from Central Park. Well, yeah, I like fresh food. I don't
Yeah.
eat as much as I need to, but
Once
it's just
you're changing your diet and your lifestyle, your taste buds kind of change too. Like if I want something sweet, besides the wine, I'll crave fruit or something as opposed to like before I would have craved like, something sweet and or fried, but it does you start like what you're craving changes.
hmm yeah. And that's the thing. That's cravings is one thing, but then you have to have control. That's where the discipline comes in, because that keeps you from wanting that. Like you might see, one of my favorite bodybuilders, Sheena Older. I had a pleasure interviewing, and also meet while I was at Savannah. She loves donuts, and that's her favorite thing. But she doesn't only have to. She only have it after her show because that's her reward. and you find those little pleasures. Like most people, everyday people, we like our cakes and cookies, but then as you bodybuilders, that's just like a bonus for y'all when especially for your cheat meal or your refeed. You get that little chance. And you know what? John said, okay, you can have half a glass of wine for the day, and that's about it, and there's nothing else.
Oh, I never get that. But when I get cheat meal, I'm like steak, sweet potato fries. Like I always tell them, like that's what I'm having, and if I'm going out to have it, I am having a drink. Like, but
Yeah,
always the same. But there, I don't. There's something about standing on stage, knowing that you didn't cheat, that you did every single thing, like checked every box every day, and you didn't slip up. Like standing up there, knowing like because if you lose, then you're like, if that one time I would have just, that one week I was kind of off. Like I never wanted to have that feeling. Like shit, you know, that was all me. Like I didn't do everything I could have done to get there. So that like, especially once the countdown starts, when you're like, I'm 20 weeks out, I'm 18 weeks out, like it's much easier to stay focused, keeping that in mind. Like, hey, that person you're going against isn't doing this. Like they're not messing it up. Like, so it helps for me. It helps me hold myself accountable. Like, because I like to win. I hate losing.
well, here's the thing about bodybuilding: the person you're going against is not really your opponent. It's you versus you, because
Yeah.
that person, they have to put in just as much work you do.
Mhm.
But that thing is, it's the mental part of it. Understand the mental part of it, where you don't want to make a mistake because you feel like if I do this, it might hurt my placing. It might be a difference from taking second to being first.
And I won't have that feeling of like, well, I'm proud of myself for getting to this point. But I will say, like, everyone says it's you versus you, and it is. But I'll tell you what, when I'm like working out and I'm on those last few reps and I'm waiting for John to tell me three more or five more, all I keep thinking is like, some bitch somewhere is doing more than me. I'm not stopping till he tells me. Like, I'm a very competitive person, like, probably too competitive. So that helps me thinking about that. Like, no, I don't want to be standing up there like, yeah, I'm happy for everybody, but like really I'm just like, I'm gonna work harder.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So John's like your Mickey from Rocky says, when you ever get hurt and you hear your little angel on your shoulder says, "Get up, you son of a bitch! Mickey
oh,
loves you."
no, I can like hear his voice even when he's not with me, like five more, like why are you stopping? Like he could tell me to run through a wall and I would do it because I have that much trust in him. Like, no, you know what you're doing, like you know what's best for me. So
And that's good to have a good relationship with your coach, but sometimes you also have to be your own advocate because sometimes you might want to do something coaches now, but then it's your choice. And you know what? If I don't do this, I might miss out the opportunity. It's good to have that relationship, but also this is the person that you has to understand that you are the one who's on the stage. You have to come in your best shape. They're putting you to work and help you get there, but
yeah,
then you have to sit there, make your own decisions at the end of the day when everything's set. It's good to have a relationship. I know some ladies who have, jumped from coaches to coaches and sometimes because maybe that one coach can get you there, but then now you're in the big league. You may have changed. Like Andrea's with John for a long time now. She's with the producer,
yeah,
and they have a good relationship. But you have to find that person that maybe gets you that next level.
yeah, yeah. And that's, I mean, like I said, I lucked out. The fact that it was the gym I worked out at anyways, I was very lucky. So because yeah, I mean, he'll tell me, like he'll look at me and be like, what's going on? Like, I mean, like I said, he's not a man of many words. So when he says something, it's like you listen, like he means it. He doesn't just talk to talk. And he's not gonna blow smoke up your ass, which I love.
He's
So
he's like that. He's like that samurai sensei, like saying you know, board does not fight back. Like Bruce Lee in the movie. Oh, we have here my man KL the Wanderer coming through. He says, good evening to you, brother." Also, man, Ephraim says, he's laughing. This says banana and ketchup, though it's wild, though. And also, we got here from my dear friend Abby. He says it's from the Philippines. They use it on a lot of their stuff. Like, I think the ketchup's a little sweeter
it
compared to
tastes
America.
like banana ketchup. It doesn't taste like bananas or ketchup. Don't ask me what it tastes like, but it gives some flavor to like your dry ass chicken.
Yeah, I put barbecue sauce on mine. Here we got here. This is from Abby says, it's really good. You can get it from any store. All right, can give you some advice. Also, this is from our man Ephraim. It says, female bodybuilding should be the standard. Well, the thing is, not everybody think it's the standard because, as I said again, the everyday person like don't understand it. Like this is a lovely lady right here, and it's funny when I hear like me being a content maker and I post stuff. When I post something like I remember I posted was it a video of it was Andrea at the Olympia, and that guy's making comments. So some guys will say, "I love her, I'm a fan of her, she's beautiful," but then they had the other guys say, "Who's that dude? Who's that?" That pisses me off because
Don't comment. If that's not your thing, that's not what you're into, there's no reason to say anything. And nobody does this sport to please other people because it's too intense and too much sacrifice for that
mhm,
to be the reason. So just shut your mouth.
yeah,
I don't.
because that thing is, if you don't like something, you say something like, I know, like when you're about, because you're always all, puffed out, you dressed up, but then people have in exchanges. Some people will be like, what? Where she got those muscles, or you might have like, children be more open. They're like, wow, are you a superhero or something? But then I think I often hear the worst one are sometimes women because either they are older women who just don't understand it, they might make comments, or they are, just people who just have their issue with the idea with muscle.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who, especially online, like the haters, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. I mean, because then you go and look at their profile and they don't work out, and it's like maybe it just makes them feel inadequate. Because I don't know why else you would comment anything negative on somebody you don't know, something you're not into. It doesn't make sense, but I do feel like it, at least in my area, like when I'm out, like I'll have women come up to me, like when I'm in prep and say like, "Oh my God, I love your arms," or, it's like the women who are very supportive, which I was, surprising because that's not what I would think. But oh my God, the kids at her school though, they're like the best because they don't hold back. Why are your arms so big? I'm like, what? And they're like, ooh, I'm not messing with her. And I'm like, that's right.
Well, children, like I said again, they're more gentle-hearted in nature compared to adults. Adults can be cruel, but children, they have curiosity, and they also see things that kind of just make their minds just kind of like, wow, what they have a lot of questions because they don't know as much. And that's the thing is, if as adults we can teach children the good things about the world, and also teaching the things out there you gotta be careful of. But
Yeah.
don't be prejudiced or be cruel to somebody, especially if you don't know it. We have here, shout out to my man Ephraim, he says, facts 100%. Shout out to our dear friend Abby, says, yeah, I got told I'm a man daily. Hell no. You're a beautiful woman. I don't know. Only person doing that is guys who got boobs like me. That's guys who look like, hey, dudes, if you don't like it, don't shut up. Keep your mouth shut. Mind your business.
Yeah. I wish I had enough spare time to go through and even have time to do that. I just don't understand. If you don't have shit to do, that's what you do with your time. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. And the thing is, there's the other flip side, the other guys who like, well, she just this big buff lady. We just like that's the flip side. But those guys, they gotta pull it back a little bit. Like, I sometimes I post something and I have guys come in like talking to like it's like this is a guy I know. His name is Sean Nelson. He's a photographer. Tell me he'll post stuff on his social media. He does a lot of photos with a lot of bodybuilder ladies and competitors and fitness women. And the guys we talk to the picture like it's like it's like that he's there. Those guys. When I had guys make comments says she's beautiful. I like to but then it says you like I'm not her. That's why you talking a picture like you talking like he's her. It's not me. It's me who posted that.
Yeah. It's so funny because I'm not great at social media. I got Instagram a couple of years ago. But all my friends will tell me like, "Oh my God, I got this wiener pic sent to me," or "This guy commented on my stage photos." And I'm like, they're like, "You haven't ever got that?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "What am I doing wrong? How come nobody?" Not that I want that by any means, but I'm like,
No, no one does that.
oh, like now I feel left out. Everyone else got wiener pics. Like,
That's
but
not.
no, I
See
don't
you.
want that. But it's so
Mhm.
crazy to me how many women get that, especially after they've done a show. They'll get all this stuff in their inbox. I'm like, what?
Well, this is. I remember years ago when I would start getting when I first got into online bodybuilding, stuff, where there used to be this site that had a message board, and I was on first I got online. I got on this message board. This guy, I think he was the webmaster. He said, "Hey kid, first time on here." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Wow, it's cool. I like it." So you know what? There's an old saying. What's the old saying? He said, when you laid rock hard, we'll rock hard. It's just the mindset of this is how I talk about this. It's easy to sexualize even the fringe stuff, the stuff that's on the outside. It's easy to sexualize it because most people don't think it can be. But there are people who are into it. Like there are more guys into guys with muscles than there are with women. But there is that it seems a fetish. It's something that's out of the ordinary. Um, this is a comment from my man Ephraim. Shout out to him. He says, "Weak men by that, yeah." Also, he says this. He says, "I wish I met my my She-Hulk." He's a fan. Also, shout out to my man Kiel. He says, "The world doesn't make sense at times, so people is funny." Yeah, that could be. And also, he has one more here. Shout out to my man. He says, "You." You're the engineer of the Smos. I'm not the engineer. I'm just a guy. You know. Yeah. So you yeah. You know, you have to respect somebody who they are and what they do. And this is about you more than anything else.
Right.
Like your future in this sport, what you want to do, how far you want to go.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I wish I would have started when I was younger. That's for sure. Like I said, I feel like I'm playing catch up and I'm not getting any younger. Um, my goal was to get my pro card. Um, and now my new goal is I would like to one day qualify for the Masters Olympia. Um, so, but it's like now it's time to work. Like that's the first thought I had after I won was like, oh shit, now I really got to work. Like, because I don't feel like I don't throw it out there like, oh, I'm a pro, I'm a pro. Because I feel like until you've done something with it, so I'm gonna take some time and yeah, hopefully, hopefully it goes as planned.
Yeah. Well, as my other guy says, that he says, I don't have a plan. I'm just a dog chasing cars. I don't know what to do if I get one. Oh, yeah, Ashley, I'm not gonna say it too long. I want to tell you something, Ashley. I want to tell you something. You are beautiful. I'm sorry about him. I'm seeing a specialist. I don't. He's just. I can't help him because he completes me. So we got here a comment from my dear friend Abby. Dear Abby, he says, I may start responding with the same thing using Paul. That's her husband, Paul Lopez. He's also a competitive bodybuilder. I remember this is true. I remember a while back. I had a little. We did this. I do. I always do this discussion. We do every so often. I do like a discussion panel, and I had a lady. Her name. She's turned pro and figure herself, and her husband was a 212 pro, and he told me that sometimes he gets that same thing from guys, and he just send him his too. I mean, people can be weird, and that thing. It's a good thing about this sport is that there are people out there who want to support you, who see your potential, who see like people Andrea and John and Abby, who see you want you to grow in this process. Shout out to our man, KL. He says, "Welcome to women bodybuilding." Yeah, welcome. And you you have a goal and you have a vision where you want to go in the sport.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to transition, now that I'm a trainer and everything. I love working with people who are doing shows, who are not doing shows. So I'd like to use this as a platform to, because it's just the social media thing kills me. I'm not great at it. I hate posting stuff. Um, but it is a big part of it. So if people see, like, oh, she knows what she's doing, or, so I'd like to use it as a platform to transition making training, my full time gig. Um, But yeah, I definitely have goals. Some of them I don't like to say out loud because I know they're pretty far fetched, but you know, it's
I,
what keeps me going.
I respect that. What were you doing? What was your real job before you really got into the training thing?
So I still full times I'm in sales. I'm straight commission based sales. Again, I'm a competitive human, so it fits me. And then I train people, around that schedule. which is full time and, you know,
It's
busy.
good. Yeah, that's good. 'Cause, the thing is now that you are now IB Pro, it's like it's like being a mechanic or or electrician or a contractor. It's like that symbol of being licensed and bonded in fitness, and
Yeah.
it does help in a bit, especially in your career as a trader. Are you working with lifestyle people, or you want to work with people who are competitors too?
Both. I like both. Um, First time competitors might be the best thing though. Um, just because there's so much to tell, like there's just so much to share. Like this is what's gonna happen, then it happens. We're like, oh my God, So but yeah, people who I mean, I have a client in her 70s. She had a rotator cuff and she didn't have to have surgery. We strengthened everything around it. I mean, exciting stuff like that are just people are like, I feel better every day. It's not just about a physical thing. Again, it's the mental transformation of, it's almost like now somebody who hated working out, when they don't work out, it's like they missed a shower. Like that's just part of their life now. And so that's really cool. But, my degrees and, I have a bachelor of science and I was a PE teacher. And so the sport has brought me back to like, oh yeah, this is what I like to do. Um, so getting back there.
PE teacher. I remember we had a PE teacher. She was like, I remember one time they would do a blood drive, and my football coach he fainted. But the PE teacher, she went back to the weight room when she was lifting weights. But after she got a blood, I mean, that was so funny. Uh, y'all PE teachers,
Awesome.
it's all depending. You can either get the one that look like, yeah, I've been doing this about 50 years, or the one that look like, hi, I'm your PE teacher. Wow. We'll be dreaming about you, you teenage boy. We don't care. We have here shots.
And they met me and they're like, "Oh, we thought you were gonna be super cool. You're kind of a bitch." I was like, "That's right. Like, running, brother. Like, let's go. Like, what are we doing?"
Yeah, because you're so pretty, say. Yeah. Now they're at first they were fancy about you, say. Now they're up and say, I can't stand this, Miss Wallace. I gotta. But yeah, otherwise, I'm thinking about you every night, Miss Wallace. So, here we get here. Hmm? What?
I said it better be nightmares, man. That's what I would tell them. Like,
Well, some guys be into scary shit. That turned them on. That's not me. Hey, nah. I don't. No, no, I don't get. Hey, me, not me. But some guys are a little weird. We all weird like that. We get here from my dear friend Abby. I keep saying he says people come up to me now looking like Lizzo, asking me how to look like Kim K next week. You have to be realistic. Yes, because like I said again, I was almost 500 pounds, and I had my fault. One time I was going to Planet Fitness. I know it's not a bodybuilding gym. I was working out. I had some setbacks because I have issues. I have a pacemaker. I had for 11 years, but the problem was I wasn't hydrating enough like I was supposed to, and I gotta be careful with my body. Also, I'm going through issues with arthritis in my knees. I got bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, you have to find things to help in your process. I try to do as much as I can, but sometimes I'm limited because I'm getting older. Next month is my 51st birthday. I've been working since I can remember, since I was a kid. I used to work at a gas station from 16 till I was about 30. Working textile 13 years. I worked at a strip club for a few years. I had quite a few jobs over time, and it's about finding those things that help you in your process, if especially want to lose weight or find healthy lifestyle changes.
and finding something you enjoy, because that's if you absolutely hate it and dread it, it's not going to stick. So either figuring out how to like it or finding an activity that keeps you active through your lifespan, which means trying new things, which is scary. So, I always say, like, try it, just do it. You may hate it, never do it again. Like, but find something that you like that you're going to stick with, because if it's something you absolutely hate, if you hate running or hate walking on the treadmill, you're not going to keep it up. So find something you like.
Mhm. And then it won't be long before it's New Year's. Everybody do the New Year's revolution. Then they last about 2 or 3 months, and then it's back to because somebody around the corner, and then you're eating the barbecue chicken and the hot dogs, something like that. And then, hey, hey, you're supposed to be what. But that's the thing, you have to